All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Just a short time ago, smoke from the pyrotechnics filled the dome as the Colts made their way out of the locker room. We're set for football as the Colts get set to match up with the Miami Dolphins. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Let's go! Let's go! Take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
20! 57. Watch the screen! Watch the screen! Watch the screen!
First down, Fitzpatrick. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. 2 yards, good enough for a first. So here's a first and 10 at the 38. Now Fitzpatrick. This one into the hands of the running back, Ballage. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll be second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They'll run here with Ballage. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
36, 36. Regular.
On third down, Fitzpatrick. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
It is one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Luck and the Colts come up now first and 10 at the 31-yard line. Here's the second-year back out of NC State, Nyheim Hines. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
From the gun on third down, Luck. Over the middle here, it's Hilton. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Luck able to find Hilton there for a Colt first down.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for him, too.
Watch your slant. Watch your slant.
On first and 10, Luck. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 11 yards there, just like last play.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the end routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Now a play fake here on first down. Ebron caught left side. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him.
Let's go, D, let's go.
Draw play. This is Hines. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Let him know, let him know.
Here's Benny Snell Jr., the rookie from Kentucky. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
On first and goal, Dixon. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal. Here's Hines on the toss play. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on third and goal.
Brings up third and goal.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal? They run with Hines. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Nyheim Hines, touchdown number 15 on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and that'll make this a 6-point game. Of course, they have the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't? And down he goes. Fitzpatrick sacked. Justin Houston making his presence felt there in the backfield.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy.
And he's going to go down again. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away, because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So now after the sack, third and long, and Fitzpatrick and company a little work to do. Third and long for Ryan Fitzpatrick. And that will be incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw, Love. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Doyle. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Now this throw caught left side. Touchdown, Indianapolis. As his guys are in for 6. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. And when they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Down on the field, we've got an injured Colt after that last play. We'll check on his status when we get back. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early. Probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. They run it with Balaj. And once again, this Colts defense stops him behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Hey, color.
To throw on 3rd down, Fitzpatrick. And it's caught by Parker. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now Balaj. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 1st down coming up.
Let's go. Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right.
Now Fitzpatrick. Eluding the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mike Gesicki, and it's 3rd down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They'll throw again. Fitzpatrick. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's caught inside the 35. They'll get 34 yards there. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. A first down run not going to get them a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on third. From the gun, Fitzpatrick. And over the middle, this is Parker. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
Accelerating, and off he goes. The 20, 10, touchdown, Indianapolis. That kick return falls 1 yard short of the all-time mark as it goes down as a 108-yard return. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And the lead is up to 18 now. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. This fielded at the 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's Fitzpatrick. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It is tough to complete pass against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Malage. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Miami. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is fielded inside the 5. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give them a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent is really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down.
52's the mic. 11 Z. Choose the mic. Hey, watch.
Out of the gun, Luck. And he's got his man, Hilton. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Check out. 380. Choose the mic. It's a party now.
On 1st down, Luck. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Scott. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 44-yard line. They'll run with Dixon. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Devon Godchaux up to make the tackle.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Hey, here we go. Slam.
On 2nd down, it's Hines. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory.
Check out. 565.
Throwing on 3rd down, Luck. And able to find Dorsett. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That one goes for 30 yards.
Colts, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
A lot of attention paid this week in practice to red zone offense. The coach was optimistic about how it went. We'll see. On 1st down, Hines. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
On 2nd down, it's Snell. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
It's 3rd and 1.
Let's go. Double tight, guys. Double tight.
On 3rd down, it's Hines. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Nyheim Hines, his second TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point. And the rout is on here in this first half.
28, Dolphins 3.
And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
To throw again on 2nd down. Fitzpatrick. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards, a 1st down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Give me that ball.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Kill. Let's go.
Fitzpatrick. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. They get a good chunk of that penalty yardage back, a gain of 15. 2nd down.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Mike, 58, right there. Down to lose one.
On the delay, it's Balaj. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Fitzpatrick. He's going to let one go deep for Park. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. Parker unable to get that one.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Hines. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Dixon. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This from 44 yards away. Vinatieri's kick is good. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. On second down now, it's Hines. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Check out. 1, 2, 3. I'm coming for you.
Trying to run for it with Snell. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35.
Let's go.
Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs. Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll run it with Dixon. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Check out. 1, 6, 7. They gonna need some therapy after this.
3rd and 2. Luck. Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. Luck showing he can be dangerous when he tucks and runs. He's able to pick up the first down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now it's Hines. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. To throw is Luck. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the first. And the screen only good for 3 that time, and it'll bring up a 4th down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And this has not been their best half so far. They're down double digits already and now forced to operate from inside their own 5.
And what they have to do now is not curse their fate as much as focus on the task at hand. Inside their own 5-yard line, they've got to be careful of taking care of the football and not turning it over for the defense to score additional points.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Watch run, watch run.
Throwing Fitzpatrick. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. The catches like that, that's what the Dolphins envisioned when they took Gesicki high in the 2nd round a season ago. He did have 22 catches as a rookie, but did not find the end zone. Certainly feels more comfortable wearing number 88, his old college number, after sporting 86 as a rookie. A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4 at the 32-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
You ain't got nothing.
To throw is Fitzpatrick. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 49-yard line.
Watch 98. Watch 98. 98's the mic. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Fitzpatrick now. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 25-yard line.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up in the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Pierre Desir. He was looking for Parker that time.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Come on, D.
Now Dixon, and he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down, then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Love. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown.
Pick 6 all day. Don't throw my
Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick six for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick six in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. Tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Play action. It's locked. Over the middle here, it's Hilton. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
You got it.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Well, throwing again. And the catch made by Hilton. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Luck now rebounding nicely after the interception. He's hit 4 straight to start the drive. It's first down. From the red zone now, Luck. Throw left side complete to Scott. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
Throwing again on second down. Luck. His throw caught at about the 5. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Nick Bellore, his first touchdown on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT, and that'll increase their lead to 28.
38. Dolphins 10.
And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. The sack by Margus Hunt.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now Fitzpatrick. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. It was Justin Houston, the native of Statesboro, Georgia, with a sack.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
So now after the sack, 3rd and long, and Fitzpatrick and company a little work to do. 3rd and long for Ryan Fitzpatrick. Justin Houston able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They'll run on 1st down. Hines, and he's across midfield and into Miami territory. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. A run by Dixon. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the 1st down marker is here on 3rd. Now Luck. Under pressure, and down he goes. Luck is sacked.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle, and frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play-action fade.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. And that time the tackle by Malik Hooker. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
So now it's 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look. 6 DBs. Here's Fitzpatrick. And he finds Stills, complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. The end result, 21 yards.
A gain of 21 yards.
What a throw right there for the 1st down. He has taken some real punishment in this game, but still standing in the pocket, completing that one.
He's a flat-out warrior. There's no question about that. How about him stepping up into the teeth of the rush and delivering there for that big strike and that big pickup?
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. To throw, Fitzpatrick. And this is incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Kenny Stills. But it's going to be second down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Second down, looking to throw, Fitzpatrick. On the left side, this is Stills. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
First down, Dolphins.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
Fitzpatrick now from the 50. And now finally he'll be forced to go down, just protecting the football, hitting the turf. It's a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
98 for Mike. Defense wins championships, baby.
Throwing on second and long. Fitzpatrick. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback.
Working out of the gun, Fitzpatrick. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 21. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long, he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
First down. First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They'll go with Snell here on first down. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And then when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Let's go right here. 43.
On first down, it's Hines. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Here we go. Set. 18 Gator. 3 buzz. Snap.
And they'll indeed take a knee. So first and second down went the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13.
Let's go, D. Tighten up.
So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And to be frank, Charles, probably not too many people surprised at how this one turned out.
Yeah, I don't think so at all. I mean, they're such a good football team. They were at home. You know, you walked in and you looked at the advantages and you saw that they had most of them. It'd take a lot to try and even it up. I just thought 2 words for this ball game: methodical and predictable. And both of them came together.
So for Indianapolis, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. And they'll get another home date next week as the Jaguars will come to town. Meanwhile, for Miami, it's another week, another loss as they fall now to 0-9. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, the man, oh there with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard. Stamina, way to advance.